How do we go from 100,000 to $1 million? Like I've helped many traders do this year. Well, it's very simple. We need to start introducing greater degrees of leverage into your trading, meaning that what you do up here doesn't change, but what you're doing is you're now introducing more capital, a greater leverage. Your input doesn't change, but your output exponentially becomes bigger. So the best way to do this is to utilize initially prop firms and take advantage of the amazing opportunities we all have around us to get access to a larger degree of capital at a very low barrier to entry. And then utilizing the payouts you get from those prop firms to fund personal accounts to create a level of diversification. And then to use your prop firms and your personal accounts to build a 6 to 12 month track record so that you can leverage off that to then go and take greater degrees of leveraging other people's money, other investors, that type of stuff. Okay. So to go from 6 to 7 figures in terms of your processes, not much changes, although there is something that you need to do to ensure you can hold on to that greater degree of capital, which I'm going to cover at the end of this video. But there are two things. Firstly, leverage the opportunities you have around you. And then secondly, recognize that the greater degree of leverage you take on, if you don't manage your psychology, the greater degree of greed, the greater pressure. So what's going to happen is now instead of trading $100,000 in capital, let's imagine you scale up to $1 million in capital. Instead of risking $1,000 per trade, you're now risking $10,000 per trade. So if before you're taking a trade, $1,000 risk with a reward of potentially $3,000, you're maybe thinking in your mind, all right, this will help me cover rent for the month. But now on $1 million account, risking $10,000, you're now creating the idea of the potential of $30,000 reward, thinking you can now help pay down your parents' mortgage, you get a new watch, you go on a nice vacation. So what happens is the greater degree of leverage, the greater greeds and the greater expectations we're imposing on the market. And because of the increased greeds, this simultaneously creates a greater degree of fear of missing out and a fear of losing. So the pleasure in your mind becomes greater if you don't manage it, but simultaneously the pain becomes greater because now you have a greater perception of loss in that moment. So because of the duality of the human mind, the greater degrees of capital that you're trading, the greater greeds you're going to create, and therefore simultaneously the greater fear of loss you're going to create in your mind. The greater emotional swings you're going to create if you don't know how to manage your psychology. And this is why number 3 is so important. Managing your psychology is so important, is because the more and more capital you trade, the greater the importance of managing these greeds so that you don't create all this unnecessary fear in your trading. Remember, it's greed and fear that's going to take you away from your trading plan and your trading processes. The reason why traders scale up and do really well for a little bit point of time and then they scale up and then they lose everything is because they don't know how to manage their psychology. The same thing happened to me about 7 years ago when I first picked up my first round of private investment. So as a trader, if you want to scale to 7 figures, really the process that you do doesn't change too much, but there's a greater importance of managing your psychology. And by using the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool, identifying and grounding these greeds, you'll simultaneously ground the fears and you'll be able to just stick to your trading plan irrespective of what the outcome is. So if you don't already have that tool, make sure you download it. Watch that free course. It's completely free and it's guaranteed to transform your trading mindset. Now, there is a trap you have to become aware of. I started working with a trader about 18 months ago. At the time of starting to work with him, he had a $100,000 funded account and he had a goal to scale up to $1 million. In 6 months, he scaled up to $1 million. He turned his $100,000 funded account. He picked up many more rounds of funding through different prop firms. It took him 6 months to scale from $100,000 to $1 million. And in 3 days, he blew it all. Loss after loss, revenge trading, over-risking to try and make it back. Every trading psychology issue was introduced and he ended up blowing all $1 million worth of funding. Hit max drawdown. You do not want to be that trader that works so diligently and carefully to scale up to 7 figures and blows it all pretty much overnight. So you need to become aware of the risks of trading these greater amounts of capital, and you need to implement the drawdown protocol into your trading, which I'm going to show you right now. The rule here is don't risk more than 1% on any given trade. That's number 1, because over risking, you're now exposing yourself to hitting max drawdown or max daily loss if the prop firm has that rule. And secondly, you want to introduce this drawdown protocol into your trading. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I've seen more traders blow funded accounts and lose money than I have traders successfully pass funded accounts and pull payouts from prop firm. So although it seems statistically the deeper you go into drawdown, the more you should keep your risk the same because the probability model is going to kick in, the evidence in actuality that I see is completely different. What I've actually seen would work better for traders is that the deeper they go into drawdown, to reduce their risk, to manage and calm down their psychology so that they can go back to sticking to their trading plan. Because what I found is that traders that go deeper into drawdown, it creates a greater fear of hitting drawdown, which creates a compensation of creating greater fantasies of over risking and taking trades not part of their plan so that they can get back over break even and get back into the positive. So what I've actually seen works better for traders long term and to ensure they sustain their funded accounts is to have this exact drawdown protocol in place to protect their psychology, to ensure they're consistently adhering to their trading plan. Firstly, if your max drawdown of your prop firm is -10, I want you to implement this exact protocol. Firstly, between break even and -5, you're risking 1% per trade. So let's say it's a $100,000 account. Anywhere between $0 and $95,000, you're risking $1,000 per trade. And beyond break even as well, you're risking the same because you're never risking more than 1% of your total account size. Now, if your account goes below $95,000, meaning it goes 5% into drawdown and your max drawdown is -10%, then from -5 to -7.5, you're halving your risk. You're now risking $500. So you have 5 consecutive losses from here to here, and then you have another 5 consecutive losses from here to here because you've halved your risk. Now, if you go below -7.5 in drawdown, you then half your risk again. You're risking $250. $1,000, $500, $250 here. And what this means is you can now take another 10 losses, 10 consecutive losses from -7.5 to -10. So what you're doing is you're increasing the space between where you are and your max drawdown to create less pressure on your psychology and to just calm yourself down a little bit so that you can get back to sticking to your trading plan. And with this max drawdown protocol, you turn what is usually 10 consecutive losses and you've lost the account into 20 consecutive losses. And it's very unlikely if you're sticking to your trading plan, you've got a calm psychology that you can hit 20 consecutive losses. So do the principles I've outlined above to ensure you get from 6 to 7 figures, take advantage of the opportunity you have around you, leverage other people's money, and then implement the risk management protocols here to ensure you protect your capital and you keep yourself safe. This is what I've seen consistent with the traders I've helped scale this year, and why I'm so certain that they're going to hold on to this capital is because they have these capital safeguards in place. They're managing risk, they're covering their downside, and as a result, they're increasing the probability of them holding on to that capital for the long run.